Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Chat with CAVBoss and James Mad Dog Meredith.
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Hopefully, we will not have an explosion tonight. I don't know if it's internet or the Russians or what, but it seems like we're just a little bit wonky, but maybe not. Maybe we'll keep going. I see nothing. Great. Well, that's on yours because I've got my phone open to the Twitch app and it shows us on there. So check your settings.
Yeah, Tiger Wraith. I have it open on a computer as well, and I can see it. So cross our fingers. Maybe restart your Twitch app, possibly.
Red alert.
I'm not sure.
Red alert. It's the Russians.
Good to see you, by the way, Tiger Wraith. Not the Russians, it's the Klingon.
The Klingon Russians.
Okay.
The Russian Klingon rock.
Yeah, the rock. It's that damn rock AI.
Those
that's
bastards.
what it is.
All right. I'm assuming, though, that you can hear us. Can everybody hear us okay? Are we sound check? 1, 2, 3. I do that every week, and everybody, oh, we hear you great. And the one week I probably don't do it, that's enough. Oh, what the hell?
That'll be the time.
I did make sure that we could hear you this time. So.
Yeah, there he is. Tiger Wraith can see us now.
So anyway, so we had a little bit of rough start, so we're a few minutes late, but we are here now. We are here for your viewing and entertainment and pleasure. So tonight we are going to kind of freestyle it a little bit, not music-wise.
Come on now.
But no, we don't. We want to save everybody from that. That would be horrible. Oh yes, my God! Somebody kill that cat. But we are going to talk all things CAV as we do for an hour, and we are also going to preview some new miniatures with featuring our new way that we're going to be producing them in the future. So we have that to look forward to. We'll talk about how they're done and go from there. So DJ Mad Dog.
Crew Grant, thank you very much. That's the last thing we need.
Start spinning those tunes. Play that music. Play that funky music, white boy.
Music. Yeah, that's about the only part of music I can do.
Speaking of of music, though.
No.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go off the side deal, but I was very sad to see that Eddie Van Halen passed away yesterday.
Oh, yes.
That was quite unexpected. I mean, I know he's had health problems and everything, but you don't expect somebody like that to die, especially at 65. So
yeah, that's
too bad. Everybody, it was very unexpected. So anyway,
what was it last week? We lost Helen Reddy and Mac Davis, if you know who they are.
I did not know about Helen Reddy. I did see Mac Davis.
Yeah, we lost Helen Reddy like the same day, same age.
So there was another singer that passed away yesterday that everybody probably would know his song. I don't remember his name. I remembered when they were talking which song it was, but it's an older 70s song too. So
yeah.
But I love Mac Davis in what was it, North Dallas 40? Is that the movie that he did with Chris Christopherson?
I think I've seen that. He wrote apparently he wrote a lot of music for Elvis Presley. If you like that sort of thing. And of course, Helen Reddy wrote that song "I Am Woman," which is
I know who Helen Reddy is. I just did not hear that she had passed away. Yep. All right, so we started off with a bummer. Let's move on to the exciting, happy part. So we worked on terrain last night a little bit, and you were working on your monster rock for your AI solo scenario that you're working on.
Yeah. Before we go there, I don't know about anybody else, but it was spinning just for me. It stopped just a second ago, but yeah. So I have this 3D printed giant turtle-ish CAV mecha thingy that I bought on a whim a long time ago. And back when I first got my very first airbrush, and I tinkered with it and tried to learn how to. I didn't understand why I couldn't just point the airbrush at the miniature and magic happened. And so I'm planning on including it as the bad guy in my version of the Rock AI story. And so while I was watching the terrain stream last night, I drug it out and cleaned it up, and did some airbrushing on it to get some of the blacks back to where I wanted. It's got some more work to do. I'll probably finish it up next week, and then I'm going to start on some rock models so I can have somebody to battle the giant AI
Right. Well, I
with
know that we
June.
have talked quite a bit about solo rules. Um,
Mm.
hopefully, we're still broadcasting. We're getting spinning here. Oh,
Yeah, it's been a little hit or miss on my
it's
end.
being a little bit funky tonight. I think we're having some internet issues in my area because it's been
I
weird
think
all
you're right.
day. Um,
It's probably tough.
yeah, we broke it. The gerbils they forgot to feed them. Oh, there we go again. I've got it broadcasting on my phone, which is on a separate network. So that's
Yeah.
where I'm seeing it do it.
If anybody in chat can still hear, if we're still broadcasting, would you say something, please?
Oh, still here.
Krugerrand
Okay,
says we're
we're
still here.
still
All
here.
right, good,
Okay,
good, 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 good.
we'll get through it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Do what we can do.
yeah, we're having some breaks. So
Yeah, I don't understand how. I mean, I watch a lot of streams, right? Twitch is one of my favorite things in the world. I watch a ton of streams, and there's plenty of people that just stream all day long, constantly, with never a glitch, never a hitch, and I'm like,
well,
I know John has the best internet service he can buy.
right.
What's up?
What it is, I come to find out, is Twitch has a tier system, 1, 2, and
Oh,
3. That
and you're a little dog.
well, we're on tier 2. So what happens is if you're not an affiliate or a partner, you're the first tier, and it's just kind of a random where you end up on their servers or whatever.
Okay.
Tier 2 puts you into their top server feeds and whatnot. If
More
they
dedicated bandwidth.
right, if they're available. Partners get it all the time.
Right.
So if they are a partner, they go into a higher end on their side. So, but like I said, I know that we've had some issues with our internet today, going on and off. So it must be going wonky every once in a while. So we'll try to fight through it. If it gets too bad, but we want to at least try to show off the minis tonight. But anyway, so we are looking at doing some more solo stuff with everything going on with COVID and everything. It's something that we've talked a lot about. If you get a chance, James has uploaded his start of his thinking process. Is that on the CAV?
The Discord server.
On the Discord server. Okay.
Yep.
Maybe tonight or in the morning, can I share that on the Facebook pages?
Yeah,
the document.
Sure. I mean, it's sure.
Okay.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay. So, well,
happy to.
I've got a copy of it. I can put it up on the page, and if need be. But I wanted to make sure it was okay to share it before I did.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Just ideas at this point, just
Right.
sort of story background.
Yeah, because obviously anything that we can come up with some scenario solo stuff would be cool. I know that there's a lot of World War II games and stuff out there that are set up to do that. So we would, every once in a while, at least somebody just raise your hand or say, hey, so that we know that we're not just off talking to the ether, since the chat is not very chatty. So anyway, so before we go into showing off the new minis, anybody have any questions or anything, CAV, that they would like us to discuss right quick? Because I would imagine that when we get to the mini side of thing, that it will dominate the entire rest of the stream.
I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to. But I mean, we know what's going on. Is Chris streaming Saturday?
He is, and if I have not loaded up the last stream from the last Saturday to YouTube. It is up on the Twitch channel where you can watch it. Lots of progress on the Kodiak. We had a conversation earlier in last week about some changes that I wanted to see, and Chris made those changes, and we discussed it a little bit today. And there was a couple of things that we wanted to tweak just a little bit more that we agreed on. So I think next Saturday you will see he will probably finish it up.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Any idea what he's going to move on to after that?
He is working on the Starhawk 7. We have decided that we're going to use that as the new resin, the big one. Instead of doing a Starhawk 6, we're going to do a Starhawk 7.
Nice.
That way.
So he's going to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just was going to say that way we get kind of kill two birds with one stone. We can use that for the resin one. It's going to be close enough to the Starhawk 6 that if you love the Starhawk 6, you're going to love the Starhawk 7. But that way we get a new mini out of it too. So.
And so the same file will serve for making CAV models and making the big Starhawk?
We'll have to make a little adjustments, but at least the base will be there. We'll be fine.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Guided missiles still need a hit roll. Yes. Yes, once you tag and declare them, you just do it just like everything else. You figure range, come up with your base to hit number, and go from there. Now, the thing too to always remember is if you hit with a guided missile, if you do not do damage, the whoever you hit still has to roll for shock. So if it's a successful hit but does not penetrate armor, you still need to
roll for shock.
For shock, yes. And I vaguely remember, let's see, you mentioned CAVCon, but is there a revised core rulebook in the offing? Yes and no. We are not going to release a new core rulebook for a while. When we release the rules of engagement book, it will have the updated construction system in it. So that we'll take that out of the original core book and update that with everything that goes with it as far as essays and everything. Then when we do the rules of engagement campaign book, it will have a reprinting of the actual core rules in it, which that 30 or 35 pages, which will have all the new stuff in there. So we won't have a core rule book, but you will get two of the biggest sections out of the book. Yes, you need to target lock or tag for the GMs. Yeah. But a tag does not allow the use of your targeting computer. So it allows you to shoot your guided missiles, but it does not give you the plus for your targeting computer. So, but anyway, so that's how we're going to do the books. That way we're not invalidating the rule book because most of the, 80% of it is still correct and what it needs to be. And then, but you're not going to have to go out and buy a new rule book. I probably will, when we release the rules of engagement, take that core 30 pages or whatever and put that out as a downloadable PDF as well.
So let me ask you the super important question. Will the new rules have an index?
Yes. I am tired of people sending me email and you asking me every 10 minutes.
I'm sorry, I'm an old man.
I've actually found somebody, that's what they do. They are an indexing service. So once we've got it all updated and stuff, I'm going to hand it to them and let them give me an index back.
I'll be able to find the essays.
I'm thinking ahead.
Happy dance.
Thinking ahead. Yeah. No, there will be an index.
Oh, I remember the first day I met you, John. The two things I brought, I'm surprised you talked to me after the first day, because the two things I brought up were like, where the heck are all the infantry? One of your favorite questions. Yes. And how come there's no index to this?
How come there's no index? You and everybody else, their mother. So it's index. So we will definitely have an index, I promise.
Awesome.
Okay, so what else? I wanted to try to at least get to the halfway point before we switched over to the new minis. Come on, throw us some questions. Throw me a curveball out there. Something that I'll say totally wrong and cause everybody for 3 months to be mad at me. this is what you said. Well, I know. I say stuff like that to my kids too. I get it
So
out.
here's a question. I I have a question for
Okay.
you. Ace and I what's the other one? Vet?
Yes.
A-
Ace and
Ace and
veteran.
Vet.
Uh-huh.
Those bonuses, are they for combat roles only, or do they apply to any role that the pilot makes?
Well, they got kind of a tweak and change in the last
Mm.
errata. There is,
Okay.
uh, they apply, ACE and VET apply to like close combat and
Mm.
piloting checks, I think, or something. A little bit of, I'd have to go back in 100%. But then you have marksman and sharpshooter, which apply
Oh,
to your shooting roles. So
okay. So you've
you can actually be
go
like
ahead.
an ace sharpshooter or something like that. But
Nice.
they're upgrades. They're not all
Did
SA.
the,
They're
the
all upgrades.
did the points for Ace and Veteran come down because you pulled some of their abilities out,
Yes.
or am I
Yeah.
misunderstanding that?
No. It's that. Well, I think they were part of the problem was I think they were undervalued already. So
Yeah.
we left them as they were, and then the new marksman and sharpshooter are a little higher.
Okay.
So I would buy a shirt. Where is the index? I'll see what we can come up with. We'll see if we can get somebody to do us a little a spoof picture of James asking where they do the big head or whatever.
Leapling Bunny might be the kind of person that can do that for you.
Yeah. But and then once we get the new machine in, we can do like a bobblehead for you. Like have your
Just
little
lovely.
finger. Where's the
Yeah.
index? Where's the index?
Where's the
Where's
index?
the
Where's the
index?
index? Or have me stand around going, that's how crits work, because that's what happened during CavCon. I got educated about crits. I thought they just applied the damage, but it turns out they're applied to the hit roll, which also impacts the damage.
That roll. You can just take that question and move on. I can tell you right now that one's not gonna be able to get into that one. It just makes my head hurt to even read that.
I think taxes went up, Kruger, and that's what happened. Taxes went up.
Taxes. Yeah, I need to get more into I want to do a lot more of the background with the Mount Vernon stuff. Um, that would be, there's some interest. I've got the basics in my head as far as how it goes, but it's kind of an interesting way
How did it affect bench?
that their religion is, because they're kind of quasi jihadist, I guess, maybe in a way, but it's not like we're used to seeing it. There's a little bit of there's mixes of two or three different religions aspects into it. So I think it'll be unusual and people will like it.
Just as a side note, comedy from the CAV community, I think there are two different people who are trying to corner the market in Banshees, and they're basically arguing over who gets the next set of allocation. Don't know who they might be.
You can never have not enough banshees.
Banshees are freaking cool.
Yeah. But now you got the Spathas. The Spathas coming up. Those are pretty cool too.
Spathas are pretty freaking cool too.
I know you asked for
you,
questions, but it's been a long day. Anything that I had to think longer than 30 seconds for does not get answered. But talking about the Mount Vernons, though, I think that there's, like I said, I've got kind of a basic idea behind the way that the tenets of their religion and their system has modified itself. Like I said, they're not bloodthirsty, going in and blowing suicide vests up kind of jihadists or anything like that. But they have a certainly a aspect of their what they feel like that they should do. But there are Malvernons in the Malvernon universe that are not Ardulis. So they do have the ability to um, have alternate views without going out and putting them and burning them on the cross or whatever.
Yeah, powerful feelings.
Yes,
Those religions.
strong feelings.
Have you given any more thought to your idea about fan fiction?
No, other than what we talked about last time. It's I want to put that together. It's just it's just been a crazy time. I mean, everything that's already going on, and then we are, like I said, we're expanding our building, we're expanding our production, working on new models. We're and then throw in all the 2020 fiasco, and it's crazy.
Are you ready to talk about what the purpose of the building expansion is?
Well, part of
What's going to go inside of it?
Well, we have run out of room. You've been here, you see it. We are stacked up 10 foot tall everywhere. So part of that is with the new building is we will get new warehouse space. So we'll be able to spread that out a little bit. We're going to have a new production area for our new production methods. We are having to put in a mold making area, and we are also going to be putting in a storefront.
A storefront.
Yes, we will be a little retail game store kind of thing too.
So are you suggesting I could drive up to El Dorado, Kansas and play CAV?
You would. We will have gaming tables set up. I plan on even trying to set up a couple of little side rooms for role players and stuff to have their own little area to go into. I mean, we're going to be a full service GameStop. I can tell you right now that we will not be carrying any Games Workshop. So if you're coming up here, there's enough people out there doing Games Workshop. I don't need to be doing Games Workshop. But we can certainly do our stuff and other things, and be something for our local community as well. But with a CAV emphasis, needless to say. So kind of two birds with one stone.
I will definitely be up there the day the doors open, barring weirdness.
Yes. We will be glad to have you. We'll be glad to have everybody.
I'll see if I can get some of the Tulsa group to make the trip, assuming it's, acceptable COVID-wise and all that.
Yeah, well, by the time we're done with that, we'll be in the first if I'm done with that part of it by the first half of next year, I'll be happy. So we've got lots of construction and everything else that's going on. I don't know that it'll be the home of CavCon because we've talked about that. We have the facilities here in our town. We have very nice convention facilities. We have several large hotels. I mean, we've got everything that we need, other than the fact that we are in BFE. So flying into Wichita is not the most conducive place to fly to. It can be a little more expensive because of the way that the flights work. Pretty much, it's like American. If you fly American out of Wichita, you get shipped down to Dallas, and then they put you on whatever plane you're going to and go from there. Yep. So it's all the same thing. I think United goes to Denver, and Delta or whatever goes to Atlanta. So it's just kind of what they call it, a feeder airport or whatever.
Yep, it's a smaller airport.
Yeah. So what I would, yes, the big elusive mech model will be in there. I actually worked on that last week. I've had to make some changes on it, but I've got it together. I've got an upper body and the lower body now. I'm still working on the weight issue. One of the things that we come to find out as you learn, as you build with 3D models and so forth, is the way that those machines work on that particular, on an FDM machine, is it prints the outside wall, but it puts like a honeycomb pattern on the inside of it. And the walls are not as thick as they should be, so the weight is actually pulling the wall of a piece away from that honeycomb. So I'm having to, I punched some little holes in it and shooting some in resin up there to solid it up. We're 100 miles from Topeka. So 160 miles from Kansas City.
The other good thing to know about El Dorado in terms of visiting is it's got good barbecue. That place that we've been to is really
We
nice.
have 2 barbecue places. We have 312 Mexican restaurants. Uh,
Yes.
plus Taco Bell. So we if you're into Tex-Mex, we got you covered.
And they have drive-through margaritas.
Yes,
Not
our
not
local.
even kidding.
We have a
Not even.
we have a Spangles chain in the Wichita area. If you've ever eaten at Spangles, um, they are for some reason right before COVID started, they started serving margaritas and screwdrivers, but you had to be inside the restaurant. And then after COVID started, they passed an ordinance to allow people to purchase liquor and alcoholic drinks through the drive-through, thinking that you would go to like the local liquor store, and they could come out and bring it to your car or whatever. Well, they wrote it loose enough that you can actually go through the drive-through at Spangles and order a margarita, and you can actually have them put an extra shot even into it.
Yep. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. So
We have a little place. We have a little place here. The place that we went to that painting competition at,
right,
John, when you were down
right.
here. And for a while during the height of the COVID thing, they were allowed to deliver alcohol to your house.
Yes, they can. They
So
can here too. Yeah.
you could call them up, and so what would happen is Ludo, a CAV player here from Tulsa, he was streaming for a little while, and so I sent him drinks while he was streaming. It was funny.
Cool. Yeah, no, you can do that too here. They can actually deliver liquor right to your house as well. And that's but back on CavCon, what I'm really looking at doing is maybe moving CavCon around. I think if we can find some conventions, I've got people have asked me, conventions have contacted me in the past, that we may try to move it around a little bit if we can find the right shows that we can attach ourselves to. I love being at ReaperCon. I love the facilities. I love everything that's there, but they have just grown crazy size-wise in the last couple of years, and it just keeps growing. And they are really, really pushing more towards the hobby painting side of it again. So they kind of played with gaming and stuff, and they're still going to have it to a degree, but I don't think it's going to be at the level that we need it to be. And I think we're missing out on a lot of people that would, if we were at a more traditional show, that we would have a lot more people come out for it. I mean, we had a great turnout last year, but we have never. We did the very first CavCon all by itself. It was strictly CavCon. That's all it was. We hosted it at the Reaper warehouse, so we had all the facilities opened up, but it was strictly nothing but that. And we had over 57 people through 3 days at the show.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's good.
But we've never had that again ever since we've attached to. I would say probably last year. There might have been a year or two that we had, got into the 30 area, which I think we came pretty close to that last year, 35 people. But we need to get bigger. So something to look at.
I mean, I would love to go see Tiger Wraith and go to what is it, NashCon?
Yep.
I don't know if it's the right convention, but